It looks to me like the Irish have had enough. They've said, enough now, no more, we're not taking it anymore. Did you see the protests in Dublin over the weekend? I think it was on Saturday, could have been Friday, I think it was Saturday. It was huge, huge. Estimates are between 100 and 125,000 people. Pretty much everyone is saying it's the largest protest anyone can remember ever in Ireland. Bear in mind, the entire population of the whole country is about 5.25 million. So over 100,000 people on the streets of Dublin is massive. What were they protesting against? Well, they were all Irish patriots, Irish nationalists, and they were protesting against the government and against the huge levels of mass immigration, unchecked immigration, and dumping of immigrants in many, many, many Irish towns. Very big numbers. Per head of population, they've got a lot more than Britain has got, a lot more. The demographics of many of their towns are changing beyond recognition very, very quickly. Go and watch some videos. So you probably won't have seen this on mainstream media because there's been very, very little about it on mainstream media. Even in Ireland, they're trying to keep it under wraps. But on social media, there's a lot of videos out there. And it coincides as well with Conor McGregor taking a very, very strong stance on this. Now, whatever you think of Conor McGregor, whatever you think of his so-called political ambitions, which many people say are laughable, he is expressing and voicing the opinion of a lot of the general public in Ireland, particularly the working class traditional Irish public. He is becoming very much their voice, and he's a lot more articulate than he's given credit for. I know he comes across as a roid rage loony sometimes, or as if he's just sniffed half of Bolivia up his nostrils before he goes anywhere. But if you get him in a slightly more lucid moment when he's actually talking sensibly, he's a lot more intelligent than people give him credit for. He's saying all the right things and he's winning friends and influencing people amongst huge swathes of the working class public in Ireland. So this was a very big protest, and they're not going to back down from this now. And the Irish government has a problem, because do they continue to just import thousands and thousands and thousands of people that many of the Irish no longer want there? The problem is that almost all of the Irish political parties have betrayed the people. Sinn Féin, bear in mind, was the political arm of the IRA for decades and decades and decades. Whilst the IRA were fighting a war against what they called the British occupation and setting off bombs all over Ireland, shooting and killing and maiming people, setting off bombs on the British mainland, Sinn Féin was like that with them, hand in hand. They were the political arm of that body. So in theory, if you accept their premise, Sinn Féin was fighting for a free Ireland, was fighting to get rid of foreigners in Ireland, was fighting to protect Irish nationalism, Irish republicanism. And yet now that they've got into the political sphere, they've just completely handed that away. They're completely in bed with the EU, more than happy to import thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of immigrants and dump them in Irish villages and towns across the entire country. They have completely and utterly sold out, totally sold out. I'm not Irish. I'm not going to get involved into the politics of the Troubles and what went on. But if I was of an Irish Republican, Irish nationalist leaning, I'd be devastated at what Sinn Féin have done. If you vote for them, I have no idea why you would possibly ever vote for them ever again. It's beyond me. So what's going to happen in Ireland? I don't know. But it's happening in a lot of countries across Europe. And what's happening in Ireland will happen here on a larger scale. As I say, it's just because the proportions are different. They're feeling it a little bit more than us at the moment because they're a smaller population. But the numbers are here and are growing here. And exactly what's happening in Ireland on the streets is going to be happening here within a year or two, I'd say. So watch this space.